Hello, my YouTube gardeners, car enthusiasts. I'm here today to show you how I built my bucket garden system with the self-wicking watering system inside the bucket. So stick around, check it out. Thanks for watching. Hey Rooster, what are we getting into today, buddy?
I don't know, Poppa G, but I'm sure we'll find something.
You're right, Rooster, we always do. Come on, let's go! So for those of you who haven't watched the video from last weekend on Saturday morning when I posted about my bucket garden, this is a self-wicking bucket. There's a milk jug buried underneath all this soil. It has holes in it that I drilled. The top's cut out, and this 1.5 inch PVC pipe runs down inside the milk jug. You fill up the water from here, and the water eases and oozes out the holes in the sides of the milk jug, and with good potting mix, not soil, it wicks the water from the bottom of the bucket upwards to the plant. It also encourages the plant to grow its roots down deeper into the dirt to get a stronger hold, to be a more healthy and productive plant. Now you say,
Hey, Poppa G, what if it gets too much water and you kill your plant?
that can't happen, and I'll show you why. You put a hole 5 or 6 inches up from the bottom of the bucket. That's a 1/2 inch hole. If it gets over full, the water drains out. I just filled these up, and I haven't had to fill them up for almost a week now, but I just filled them up, so that's what you see dripping. So if you want to know how to build one of these, I'm about to show you. This particular item is a straight neck squash. It's doing very well. They've been in the ground for almost 2 weeks. So let's slide this one out of the way. I'll bring an empty bucket up here and we'll get started. So you're gonna need a drill. You're gonna need a drill bit. This is a 1/8. An ordinary household milk jug or water jug, it doesn't matter, as long as it's a gallon jug. A magic marker of some type, and you want to put holes, one about 1/4 inch from the bottom of the jug, that's where the water is going to seep out, and one up top. There's the bottom one, there's the top one. The bottom one is going to let water seep out into the plant. The top one is going to allow it to seep out because it's going to allow air in as the water goes out. So let's mark each side. All right, I got 8 marks on here. I'm going to drop 8 holes in this bucket with a 1/8 inch drill bit. It does make it a little easier if you leave the cap on, because these jugs do want to collapse. There's 1 hole. 2. Be careful with tools, don't drill yourself. Done that before on another video. There's my 4 top holes. Let's go to the bottom. All right, there's our 8 holes. Okay, now that we got all 8 small holes drilled in the bucket or in the jug, you can go around and pop the dent up parts back out. All right, now what you want to do is you're going to put this PVC pipe down in the mouth of the jug, but it won't quite fit. So what you have to do is take a hacksaw and you have to saw the lip off of this thing. Doesn't take a lot. If you got a good little hacksaw, these milk jugs are thin. But you want the hole to be fairly snug. You don't want to be allowing a lot of dirt to get down in there. If you cut it too big, just put some duct tape around it. So you're putting the cut in with the angle down inside the jug. So you take your tape measure, hook it on the end. You measure down to 24 inches. Now make your mark, but you want to make your mark on an angle because you want to cut this on an angle. All right, you got your mark, you got your skill saw, you just cut it at the angle. That's what you're looking for. You want that angle at the end so that that can go down inside the milk jug, and that point will go all the way down and you won't never cut your water flow off. So as you can see, I got a little spot right there where dirt could fall into the jug. So I want to cover that up. So you just get you some duct tape. It doesn't take a whole lot. You wrap around where you left the hole, and now it's dirt. Dirt won't fall down in there. There's no gaps. Plus it secures the pipe a little bit. All right, so now you got the jug is ready. It's finished. So let's move to the next step. So what you want to do is you want to measure 5 to 6 inches up from the bottom of this jug. Make yourself a mark. And you're going to drill a hole right there for drainage. In case it gets over full with rain or whatever, the rain will seep out and drain out to this level. That easy. You see my drain hole? Again, that's a 1/2 inch bit. Now the bucket is ready. So at this point, you're going to take your milk jug with all the holes in it, and you're going to insert it in the bucket. The hole is down there. The hole's right here, the drain hole. And I got my pipe laying this way. That way I can stand here and fill it up and keep an eye on my drain hole. Because when it gets full, it's going to drain out and then I can quit watering. Now we are ready to put the dirt, the first layers of dirt in it. So I've got my potting mix. I use this kind. It's from Lowe's. It was the cheaper, some of the cheaper stuff. As long as it's potting mix. And I'm gonna put a few handfuls and scoops down in this bucket. So what I'm looking to do is fill this bucket up to where I can't see the jug anymore. Or maybe just barely see it. One more scoop ought to do that, I think. Yes. All right. So I got it to where I can barely see my jug in here. Now comes the time to put your minerals and lime and fertilizer in there. We'll do that right now. So the bucket's half full. We're at that layer to where we can see the top of the jug. You want to pack it down slightly, not too tight, but slightly. And you're going to put a handful of this C90. I got this on Amazon. I'll show a picture of it in here. But you're going to open this up and put a handful of this in there. Not quite a handful. You see what I'm saying? All right, we just kind of peppered the top. All right, next step. I'm using a Sustain 464. Again, think about it. This is down 6-8 inches from the plant at the moment. But once the plant grows its roots down toward the water, it's going to hit this layer of fertilizer and sea salt or salt and lime, and it's going to give it another extra boost to make it grow even more. So let me get a scoop of this, another handful. Just kind of shaking it around, putting it all over. This stuff is gonna cost you a few bucks in the beginning, but it's gonna last a long time. You don't use much. And lastly, I'm just putting some ordinary pellet lime in here. Tomatoes, certain plants love some lime. So there you go, there's our mixture, 3 things. Now you just want to kind of scratch around like a chicken would. Just give it a little mix. All right. Now at this point, we are ready to fill this bucket on up to the top. So let's do that with the potting mix. If there's any clumps in your potting mix because it's been in the bag so long, just break it up. A little bit more. That's gonna do it. Just break up the clumps. All right. Spread it around evenly. Pack it down a little bit. You don't want a bunch of loose air pockets. So now we're 1.5 inches or so from the top. That's good. Now we're gonna hit it with one more thing. Just some ordinary 10-10-10 fertilizer. Again, like a little half a scoop, handful. Just rough that up a little, get it down in the top layer, the top inch. All right. Now that pot's ready to plant in. What you're gonna do is put your hose down in the hole here, which this fitting works out great. And you're just gonna slowly fill this gallon jug up that's at the bottom. And that's gonna be our water reservoir to water this plant for days and days. Now, how long? I don't know, because it hasn't been particularly hot here in the Carolinas yet. So I imagine it's lasting a little longer right now than it would when it gets really hot in the bitter summer. So I'm letting a stream of water go in there, and it's filling that jug up. And when I see it run out this drain hole, I know I'm full. Of course, originally, it takes a little more time to fill it up, because it's not only got to fill up the water jug, it's got the soil has to get the water and wick it upwards to that hole we dug or drilled. So I don't know if you can see that, but the water's coming out. See that stream of water? That's coming out that hole. So it's above the 6-inch line where we drilled our drain hole. So it's gonna get it back down to that. It's gonna correct its water level. That's what's so great about this system. You're not gonna overwater them. And if you come back every 3 or 4 days and check them, you're not gonna underwater them. This system is designed to feed water to the plant in the right amount at all times. So you don't forget a day and you go out there and they're all dried up, and then you hit them with water and it busts the fruit open. You don't want that. They need consistent watering. When you first plant them, you fill the jug up with water, and then you got to give the top a good soaking. That lets the roots up top take hold and start growing. They'll grow deep, reaching for that water down low, and then you'll have a better established plant. So there's my bucket garden. I just gave you bucket gardening 101. It's just now staying above 55, 60 degrees at night here in the Carolinas, so this stuff ought to start taking off any day now. But I'm excited about it. It's a new way for me to garden. You can see my old garden in the background over there. Somewhere over there. I just got tired of tilling and weed eating. That's crazy. This way, this is a lazy man's garden. Ain't that what everybody wants? You got self-wicking buckets that water it consistently. They're off the ground, but hope you do it. Hope you try it out and enjoy it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my page. I know I usually do car videos, working on my old rooster and going to car shows, but this is another little side hobby I have, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. If you want to see how I built my bucket holding racks, I will do a video. Just put it in the comments down below that's what you want to see. I'll get that out for you. Well, see ya. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Come on, let's go.